So we've been doing house swaps when we travel for the past 7 years, and today we are sitting down to tell you everything you need to know about HomeExchange.
Welcome back to our channel. We're Steph and Katie, a married couple from British Columbia, Canada. Travel is a huge part of our life together, and we've spent the past 10 years adventuring all over the world. We've been to hundreds of destinations in more than 40 countries on 5 different continents, and we're nowhere near finished. We love to travel as a couple, and by sharing our own experiences, we're always hoping to inspire others to go on their own bucket list adventures. So we've always been big fans of finding creative ways to travel, and it's really why we've been able to travel so much and have always been able to travel so much. Probably our top tip for creative travel is using HomeExchange. It's definitely one of the best tools we've found, and it's always our top tip for recommending to others.
So what is HomeExchange? HomeExchange is the #1 home swapping platform with 200,000 members and listings all over the world.
HomeExchange has been around since 1992, and in 2006 it really blew up because of the movie The Holiday, which is a classic. It is one of our favorite Christmas movies to watch every year. And of course the main characters in that movie do a home exchange.
So home swapping is a safe and easy way to travel by swapping homes with other people around the world instead of paying way too much for accommodations, because let's be honest, travel has become so expensive.
It is so expensive.
It really is. So we, and I'm sure you, everyone is always looking for ways to save money and spend less on travel, and this is such a great way of doing it.
Yeah, especially if you are going away and your home is just going to sit empty, why not make use of that? So HomeExchange is a community-based platform, and it is a membership platform. So you sign up and you pay an annual membership fee, and then that gives you access to all the listings on the platform as well as 24/7 support.
When you sign up, you also get guest points toward your first exchange, which we will explain how that works in a second. So if you're interested in checking it out, we will leave our referral link in the description box. If you use it, you will get 500 guest points when you sign up, and you can use that toward your first few nights.
So once you're a member, there are 2 different types of exchanges. There's a reciprocal exchange and there's a GuestPoints exchange. So a reciprocal exchange is your classic, someone has a house, you have a house, you swap. That can happen simultaneously or it can be non-simultaneous. So for example, we've got our place in Vancouver. Let's say we're going to Paris and we're exchanging at the same time. So we're doing a simultaneous exchange with someone. That means we go to Paris, they go to Vancouver, and we stay there at the same time. Versus let's say we have a trip planned elsewhere during the dates that someone in Paris wants to go to Vancouver. They go to Vancouver while we're away, and then at a later date, we go and stay at their place in Paris.
Then we also have guest points exchanges, which allows for even more flexibility. So the concept of guest points exchanges would be you earn points when you host people in your home, and then you can use those points to book stays at homes all over the world. So if we were hosting the family from Paris in our home when we're on a trip somewhere else, we would earn guest points, and then instead of needing to go to Paris for the remainder of that exchange, we could use our guest points at a property anywhere in the world. So kicking off your membership with 500 guest points is a great way to get started, because that can get you probably 2 to 3 nights in a great place. In my opinion, that more than pays for the membership fee, because you are starting off with some points to have a free exchange right away.
With your membership fee, you can do as many exchanges as you want throughout the year, and honestly, even if you just use it once, the membership fee more than pays for itself. Becoming a HomeExchange member is easy, and you can start by creating an account on the platform and filling out your profile. Next, you'll put together a listing for your home and indicate your availability for exchanges on your calendar. Once you've activated your membership and you're ready to organize your first exchange, you can start by browsing listings all around the world and contacting other members. You can use the many filters available to help narrow the results of your search, and you can favorite the homes you love as you go. Once you've found some good options, you can contact other members by sending exchange requests. And when you've found the right fit, you're ready to finalize your first swap.
So let's talk through some of the pros and cons of traveling this way. The top pros for me for using HomeExchange, #1 is that it is such an affordable way to travel. As we talked about, accommodations are probably the #1 expense on most trips. They can be so expensive, especially right now. This is such a great way of keeping your costs down. #2, it gives you so much more of a local's experience. We personally love going to destinations and staying in someone's home who actually lives there. They always give us such amazing local recommendations. We're staying staying in a local neighborhood versus, being in a hotel where you're staying in a touristy spot and it doesn't feel like you're really getting to know the destination. This is such a nice way of truly getting a local perspective. And number 3, being a part of a community-based platform like this, being part of a trusting travel community, I think is so beneficial. Especially today, we are getting so far away from like community-oriented thinking, and it's really nice to travel this way and be a part of such a trusting community where everyone is participating, everyone is trusting everyone else to take good care of their homes, and everyone's in it for the right reason, and to us that is just such a benefit.
Of course, along with the pros, there are some cons. One of them being sometimes it can take a little bit longer to arrange an exchange. Often you'll have to contact multiple people to coordinate dates and locations, and sometimes that can take a little bit longer. So because of that, of course, it's not as good for last minute travel. That's not to say you can't get something with GuestPoints last minute, but usually it takes a little bit more planning and a little bit more time. And of course, finally, you need to be comfortable hosting people and participating in the community. So having people in your home as well as staying in other people's homes, it is a two-way street and you have to be comfortable and open to that.
So now getting into some frequently asked questions, I would say the number one question people ask when they hear about doing home exchanges is it safe? So of course there's always some inherent risk to doing something like this, but HomeExchange does everything they can to make it safe for its members. All profiles on the platform are verified. There is lots of member support, including a 24/7 team for any emergencies. There is cancellation protection for guests, and security deposits are taken for hosts. And I would say that in general, HomeExchange does what they can to take care of its members.
And from our own personal perspective, we've always had a great experience both as guests and as hosts. The second question we get is, would anyone want to stay in my home? So of course people have all sorts of different types of needs when they're traveling, whether they're going to a big city or a more rural destination, whether it's a big house or a small condo. There is a need for all of it, and your home would definitely have a place on this platform.
I would say everyone has something to offer as long as it is a safe, clean, and welcoming space. The third question we see a lot is, what if you are traveling with a big family or with a pet, or you have certain needs? And the answer to that is there are so many different listings on HomeExchange, and you can filter for the amenities that you want. So whether you are looking for a home that is pet friendly, something that is work from home friendly, something that is kid friendly, anything like that, you can find it. We have traveled with our small dogs so much on HomeExchange. We've been able to find pet friendly listings, and I think whether you need something that's accessible or anything that suits your needs, you will be able to find it.
We've used HomeExchange all around the world and hosted people from all around the world. And honestly, it's always been a really great experience. Being two women and often traveling with our small dog, Theo, there are, special considerations in terms of things that make us feel more comfortable. And people that we've connected with on the platform have always been really great.
Yeah, it's so nice to be able to search specifically for queer-friendly hosts in queer-friendly destinations, just to make sure that we feel safe as a couple. And like you said, we've had such great experiences over the past 7 years. We've stayed in some amazing, beautiful properties, in some really expensive destinations, and just had great experiences, created some amazing memories, and we can't wait to keep doing it.
So of course, with all this being said, we are very happy to recommend HomeExchange. It is something that we recommend all the time. And like we said before, probably our top tip for people who want to travel more and spend less.
I would say that all the benefits greatly outweigh any risks involved, and that it really is so important to use community-based platforms like this. I think today we are all getting further and further away from being more community-minded. So personally, we found that being a part of this has been such a positive experience and a great opportunity to connect with other like-minded people, other like-minded travelers, and in general, we would just highly recommend it.
So if any of you are interested in trying it out, we will leave all the information in the description box below, and that includes our referral code, which will give you 500 guest points for signing up.
So we would also love to hear if any of you have ever tried home swapping before, if that's something that you think you would consider doing, and if you have any questions, as always, leave them below. We respond to all of our comments, so feel free to ask and we will answer.
Thanks so much for watching. If you want more travel tips like this, be sure to let us know, and make sure you're subscribed so you catch all our future videos.